Guys, I knew that it would get to this level. We had the northern clerics and the northern youth will start attacking Bola Tinubu, and it has started happening already. Where they will start attacking Bola Tinubu and all the House of Assembly members that are not in support or that are in support of this particular tax reform bill. Remember, this bill has actually caused a lot of trouble. In fact, this is the first step to return back to regional form of government. The level of confusion, controversies, and argument that is actually going on in the country will land or end one thing, which is return back to regional government. I'm going to show you what happened and how a cleric in the northern part of the country came out and started attacking Bola Tinubu. There's no level of threat they've not given to Tinubu. Like I've often said, even if you're not a Tinubu supporter, I didn't vote for him, but you see this particular bill, I'm in support of it. I'm in support of it because this country, this is the reason why a lot of people believe that they are marginalized in this country. Because there is a lot of unfair things that's actually happening in the country, that some states are working hard to derive IGR and all that, while some states are folding their arms. Meanwhile, those states will collect a higher revenue or allocation because they are densely populated. Now, but let me said is a lie, that I must restructure this. Let it be the more you work hard and derive more revenue, the more you are being rewarded. It's no longer based on population and all that. He reduced the amount that will be given based on population and added it to the amount that will be given based on derivative, the derivative and probably what you derive in your state. And this is why the Northerners are crying here and there, because they know that based on population before, it was around population was around 30%. Based on population before, that they were at advantage because they have more of the population. But now, but let me said is a lie, that the population will be reduced to about 10 or thereabouts. Meanwhile, the derivation will be increased to 60%, and they are not crying. Let me show you what the northern clerics are saying against Bola Tinubu and how they are attacking him. Look at what this northern clerics said today. They said, "We are calling on you to fear God and suspend the tax reform bills as suggested by the National Economic Council." This is what Mansu Ibrahim said, who is an Islamic cleric in the northern part of the country. And you should listen to what Shetima's National Economic Council. Remember, I told you guys how Shetima, chaired the National. So I told you guys how Shetima, chaired their National Economic Council and told Bola Tinubu to go and withdraw the bill from the National Assembly. Remember, this already, has equally shown the position of Kashim Shettima in this entire controversy, that he's not secretly not in support of this particular bill. Imagine him telling Bola Tinubu that he should go and withdraw the bill from the National Assembly. Then what is the job of the National Assembly? Let me go ahead to show you what this particular man said. This cleric, he said, he is not fair. He's referring to Tinubu. Look at what the Northerners are saying. And this is the problem. They will use Islamic clerics, and they use the politicians there will use the Islamic clerics and all that to deceive them and tell them that this bill is not in favor of the North. And before you know it, it has circulated everywhere in the northern part of the country. Now look at what this Islamic cleric said. He said he is not fair, being Tinubu. He is not fair and just to other Nigerian states who voted for him, especially the North. He said, and we are still aware that Lagos was won by the Labour Party, not APC. Despite this, the president is giving them preferential treatment. This is what this particular man said. Cleric from Sokoto State, whose name is Mansu Ibrahim. Mansu Ibrahim. So you could see that they've already started threatening Bola Tinubu with votes, which is what the Northerners do. Whenever you try to do something that will totally revolutionize or probably restructure this country, they will threaten you with votes. Because truly, because they believe they have the numbers. Remember the other day, Zulum, the governor of Borno State, came out and told Bola Tinubu, you should remember that we gave you 60% of your votes, which is literally the same thing this cleric is saying. They have started threatening Bola Tinubu with votes ahead of 2027. And this is the problem we have in this country. That is why I often say, let us return back to regional government, so that nobody will come and threaten you with vote when you want to do the right thing, because they believe they have the numbers. Of course, we cannot deny the fact they have the numbers. They have the numbers. That is why I said we must restructure the way we elect our leaders, because if you do it by numbers, of course, the North will definitely have a higher hand in deciding who is going to be the president of this particular country, which is just the sad reality. It is no joke, because they have the numbers. Look at what they are doing now, threatening Bola Tinubu in a bill that is so good and fantastic that only needs some reviews, or in a bill that just needs simple probably review, or probably some certain changes needs to be done, and which is why the bill is in the National Assembly. But these people don't even want the bill to be reviewed, or probably go through the National Assembly and come out to the public hearing and all that. They just want the bill to be rejected, removed, and not even deliberated upon, and which is not making sense. It shows that these people have a sinister or hidden agenda that they don't want the people to know. And the truth is that it has not been exposed that why they are fighting this is because they know that they will no longer get the higher percentage of the revenue because of what the number of population. Like I've said before, now it is no longer based on your population. It is not based on what you derive from your state, meaning you must be hardworking. And most of these leaders do not want to be hardworking. They don't want to generate more revenue. They don't want to attract foreign direct investors to their states, so that they can be rewarded more. This is as simple as ABC. In fact, this is one of the best ways to practice democracy, that it will encourage people to be hardworking and all that. Now look at what these Islamic clerics are now doing. Since they've seen that Bola Tinubu is stubborn, Since they saw that Bola Tinubu is stubborn and it's not even giving them the listening ear or probably the attention or probably whatever thing they need, now they've started coming small with threats, starting from Governor Zulum. Alindume is in the House of Assembly causing wahala and chaos. This cleric have started, with other clerics in the northern part of the country have started, sending threats to Bola Tinubu. We will not vote for you again in 2027. And this is the problem we have in the country. Every time you are threatening people with vote and back. We don't hate any region. The northern should know that most of these northern leaders that are saying we don't want this tax reform bill is because they themselves do not want to be held accountable, because they know when the state do not get enough resources, it means that your state government is not performing well and is underperforming. You will not know that people will start holding them accountable. That is why you see them, they don't want to, as a matter of fact, work hard. They want to hide under the umbrella of unitary form of system of government, so that every month they will collect allocation and embezzle it. Look at what Yaya Bello, a northern governor, actually did. Now, this is the same thing most of them want to be doing, so that they will keep on that federal allocation at the end of the month will keep on coming. They will keep on embezzling it without being accountable and keep on hiding. But now Bola Tinubu has actually exposed them to be held accountable in the northern part of the country, because now people will not know their governors, the governors that are actually working hard, or the ones that are not working hard. Well, on another developing story, the same issue of tax reform, as you can see on the screen, they said that the North's anger grows as youths attack Deputy Senate President. They are not facing their anger on the Senate, on the Deputy Senate President, who is Baru Jibrin. Remember the Deputy Senate President, who is from the North, Baru Jibrin, is equally in support of this particular bill, and they think that he is sabotaging and betraying the northern part of the country. Now the youth of the North are actually attacking him, the clerics and a whole lot of them. Even Alindume said he's a small boy. They are not attacking him because he is in support of this particular bill, because Bola Tinubu probably politically, Bola Tinubu is a political wizard. He has probably lobbied this particular man in and convinced him. Remember, Kashim Shettima's mouth is like this. He doesn't even know what to say, because his body movement and his body language, like I've often said, it means is that he's not in support of this bill, but he doesn't know how to come out openly to say it, because he knows that it is going to cause a lot of problem in Asoro. In fact, Bola Tinubu might drop him ahead of the 2027 election as his vice presidential candidate and all that. So Kashim Shettima's hands are tied. He doesn't know what to do, because if he supports the bill, the North will be against him. If he don't support the bill, Bola Tinubu and Asoro will be against him. So he's really in a very tight situation. Let's check out what is actually happening with this particular northern youth that attacked this particular deputy senate president. They said that the North's resentment of the proposed tax reform bills currently at the National Assembly now has expanded as northern youths attacked Deputy Senate President Senator Baru Jibrin yesterday, accusing him of being insensitive to the region. They described the bill as anti-North, saying it would further relegate the region economically. They said the youths representing 19 northern states said the lawmaker representing Kano North Central District, being this particular deputy senate president, being Baru Jibrin, knows the bill would not serve the region's interests. You see the problem. So like you see, the problem of this country is that it's all about my interest. That is why Goodluck Nigeria came out the other day and said that Nigerians are more affiliated and probably are more attached to their region and tribe more than the country. And this is the truth. This is who we are, and that is why I've often said that we must find a way to return back to regional form of government. Since everybody loves their region, look at what these northerners are saying, that everything they are talking about is not in the interest of our region, it is the interest of our region. Every region is quite selfish, not just the northern region. Every other region is selfish. That's why I said, how can we now live if we are like this? The best way to live is to restructure this country and return us back to regional form of government. You can see, he said that this particular said that the bill would not serve the region's interest. This is what this particular northern youth that attacked the deputy senate president said for support, because he supported this particular bill. Now, they said ever since the proposed laws were sent by President Bola Tinubu to the National Assembly, lawmakers of the northern extraction have been expressing worries. The executive arm of the government had said that the bill would ensure uniformity in tax revenue administration across Nigeria, eliminate double taxation, use taxation to encourage private sector investment in critical industries, and boost disposable incomes through targeted tax exemptions. He said in an open letter signed by Ali Mohammed Idris and Abdulhafiz Gaba, President and Secretary respectively of Northern Youth Assembly, the youth said yesterday that Jibrin's position on the bill doesn't represent the interests of the North. So they've actually attacked this particular man, being Jibrin, being the Deputy Senate President, for supporting this bill. What is now remaining for us to turn back to the regional form of government, that a bill that is going to make, because what the summary of this is that these people want to be dependent on the hard work of other states that are actually hardworking. Yes, you can actually question some certain things in the bill, like talk about how is VAT going to be collected. Let the VAT be collected according to the area where the people consume the product, other than the headquarters of this particular companies that remit VAT to the in the country. Because where the problem is that most of the headquarters of this company are located in cities like Lagos. The headquarters of these companies are located in Rivers, Lagos, and some in cities. So this, what they should have actually been going for is to find a way to say, okay, fine, let the VAT be based on where the people consume the product. If it will be at their own advantage, since they have the population that consumes more of these products, but they don't want to be logical and creative. This is the creativity I'm talking about. They don't want to be creative in generating more revenue or probably making their argument very constructive and meaningful. No, they just want to actually reject the bill and keep on enjoying probably a parasitic form of a sharing of this particular revenue or probably value added tax. Remember the whole issue here, even if you consider the issue of alcohol, whereby alcohol is sold in the south and not permitted to be sold in the north. Meanwhile, but the north collect the majority of the VAT sold in from alcohol and all that. Does it make sense? These are the things that Bola Tinubu wants to restructure, which everybody is fully in support of, but the north is actually having issues with it. Let us look at the comments of some people. This person said, "In New Nigeria, where every tribe will have equal right and sense of belonging is what we need. North cannot continue to drag us backwards anymore. It's either they accept it or we go regional." You can see that people are equally proposing, proposing this regional form of government, that either they support this particular bill or let everybody, go on their own and probably go back to their own regional form of government. This other person said, "Once you touch where northern politicians feeds on illegally, they will send out their breeded Amajuris on the road. That's why they refuse to educate most of their children for things like this." This other person, Tinubu think we are fools. This is a northerner. That Tinubu think we are fools. Why is the rush for the bill to pass, which clearly placed Lagos in a higher advantage against other states? Since when he came into power, he has never done anything for the masses' interest. All eyes on the northern representatives. This is northern saying that Bola Tinubu's interest is on the Lagos and all that. Most of them have not really gone through this particular tax reform bill to see if it's going to benefit them or probably against them. They just want to follow the crowd and watch some of their northern leaders that are quite selfish, that are rejecting the bill based on their own selfish interest because they don't want to be held accountable. Leaders only rejected the bill because of their own selfish interest, because they don't want to be held accountable and all that. And now they've passed such a wrong message to the populace or public population over there in the northern part of the country. That's why you're seeing some of these comments coming from them. Well, that's that on that particular issue. Well, on another developing story, yesterday Atiku Abubakar received P2B when P2B was a guest speaker in a university that Atiku Abubakar established and that has operated for about 20 to 30 years now. P2B gave a very keynote speech and address in that. But one of the most important things that happened yesterday was the bromance and the love, the unity between P2B and Atiku Abubakar. A lot of people now started, saying that this is the combination or probably the merger that is going to unseat Bola Tinubu and APC in 2027. Well, let me be factual and realistic here. That 2027, to unseat Bola Tinubu and APC in this particular setting and this system of government is going to require a whole lot of things. Even as it stands now, because of this particular tax reform bill, the North is no longer looking towards Bola Tinubu in 2027. They now want a northern leader. Remember, that is why the Arewa Consultative Forum said that they will not vote for any other person from any other region, if not the northern region. You can see that the 2027 now has actually restructured. Now, most of them are even trying to back up Atiku Abubakar. But the problem now is, are they backing Atiku Abubakar because of competence and all that, or because of their own selfish interest? But that is that for that. But people are saying that the political measure that can only unseat Bola Tinubu and APC in 2027 is a political measure between P2B and Atiku Abubakar. The bromance yesterday generated a lot of reaction, and some APC people even became scared that let these people let them not agree that to form a strong political party. Even there are reports that Atiku Abubakar, P2B, Erufai, and Kwankwaso and Saraki are actually forming or probably having some secret talks to form a bigger political party. Of course, it's gonna be a very big party that can unseat Bola Tinubu in 2027. But a lot of things are factors. A lot of factors must be considered. Will P2B be willing to deputize Atiku? Atiku cannot deputize P2B because he has been a vice president before. So who is going to deputize, or probably who is going to allow be the flag bearer of the party they are going to form? This is to be where the problem will definitely emanate. Who is going to be the flag bearer and the running mate and all that? Of course. This is the problem. Why some obedience who are supporters of Mr. P2B saying that P2B should not, as a matter of think of even deputizing Atiku Abubakar, that he is more competent and he has the capacity. That why is it that the most competent candidate in the country will always giving the vice presidential position? Look at what they did to Yemi Osibanjo during the time of Buhari and all that, and even with Goodluck Jonathan and all that. And why is it that the most competent and the most capable and the most fit will always be giving the vice presidential position? Why don't they allow them to rule since they are fit and competent? So Some Obidients are saying that they will never support P2P if he merges with Atiku Abubakar. While some people are saying, of course, that he can go ahead and merge that whatever thing they're going to unseat APC, that they're in full support of that. Well, a lot of political permutations and combinations are actually going on ahead of 2027 because it is not an easy job to unseat a president, which is basically and literally the truth. I would like you guys to drop your comments in the comment section, share this video, and tell me what you think about this entire quagmire and issues. I'll keep you guys posted. In case you're not subscribed to our channel, do it to subscribe, follow us here, and drop your comments in the comment section.